The Epistle to Hebrews. God, having in the past spoken to the fathers through the prophets at many times and in various ways, has in these last days spoken to us by his Son, whom he appointed heir of all things, though whom also he made the worlds, who being the radiance of his glory and the very image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purified us of our sins, sat down at the right hand of the Majesty on high, having become as much better than the angels, as the more excellent name he has inherited is better than theirs. For to which of the angels did he say at any time, "You are my son, today I have become your father"? And again, "I will be to him a father, and he be to me a son"? And again, when he brings the firstborn into the world, he says, "Let all the angels of God worship him." And of the angels, he says, "He makes his angels winds and his servants a flame of fire." But of the Son he says, "Your throne, O God, is forever and ever. The scepter of uprightness is the scepter of your kingdom. He has loved righteousness and hated iniquity. Therefore God, your God, has anointed you with the oil of gladness above your fellows. And you, Lord, in the beginning laid the foundations of the earth, and the heavens are the works of your hands. They will perish, but you continue, and they all will grow old like a garment does. You will roll them up like a mantle, and they will be changed, but you are the same, and your years will not fail. But to which of these angels he has ever said, "Sit at my right hand until I make your enemies the footstool of your feet"? Are they not all serving spirits sent out to do service for the sake of those who will inherit salvation? Therefore we ought to pay greater attention to these things that were heard, lest perhaps we drift away. For if the word spoken through angels proved steadfast, and every transgression and disobedience received a just penalty, how will we escape if we neglect so great a salvation, which at the first, having been spoken through the Lord, was confirmed to us by those who heard? God also testifying with them, both by signs and wonders, by various works of power, and by gifts of the Ruach HaKodesh, according to his own will. For he did not subject the Olam Haba, of which we speak, to angels, but one has somewhere testified, saying, "What is man, that you think of him? Or the Son of Man, that you care for him? You made him a little lower than the angels. You crowned him with the glory and honor. You have put all things in subjection under his feet. For in that he subjected all things to him, he left nothing that is not subject to him. But now we do not see all things subjected to him yet, but we see him who has been made a little lower than the angels, Yeshua, because of the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, so that by the grace of God he should taste of death for everyone. For it became him, for whom are all things, and through whom are all things, in bringing many children to glory, to make the author of their salvation perfect through suffering. For both he who sanctifies and those who are sanctified are all from one, for which cause he did not be ashamed to call them brothers, saying, "I will declare your name to my brothers. Among the congregation I will sing your praise." And again, "I will put my trust in him." And again, "Behold, I and the children to whom God has given me." Since then the children have shared in flesh and blood, he also himself in the same way partook of the same, that through death he might bring to nothing him who had the power of death, that is, the devil, and might deliver all of them who through fear of death were all their lifetimes subject to bondage. For most certainly he does not give help to angels, but he gives help to the offspring of Abraham. Therefore he was obliged in all things to be made like his brothers, that he might become a merciful and faithful Kohen Gadol in things pertaining to God, to make atonement for the sins of the people. For in that he himself has suffered being tempted, he is able to help those who are tempted.